All right, Coach. Bobcats are coming out of their bye week. Start district this weekend. Got Midland Legacy coming to our house. First off, walk me through the bye week. How did the Bobcats get better last week?
Well, I challenged them at the beginning of the week, just that, if our mindset and approach is where it needs to be, like a professional, mature team, then even though there's not a game at the end of the week, then we attack the week with great work, with improvement in mind. And that's what good players want, to challenge themselves, to improve every day. We had a great 3 days. We were in the building on Monday and Friday in weights and recovery and meetings, and then we practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday being days that we got to jump on Midland Legacy, Wednesday being a special teams day.
Coach, I asked you this question the previous week, but I'm going to ask again. What are some of the comparisons you have regarding last year's team versus this year's team, coming out of the break, going into district, just kind of some of the things you've been able to witness over the last few years?
Well, I just think, the maturity of the team, and another year older and another year more developed, like I mentioned, last week. I think, I just see it as they walk in and out of the building. There's a comfort level knowing kind of what to expect a little bit, and being my second year here and them knowing kind of the routine and how things go, that obviously leads to a little bit more ease within what to expect. And I think the players have handled it very well, and I think that they're ready for this. We talked this morning about, the 3 phases, the 3 seasons of a football year. You've got your pre-district games, you've got your district games, and then postseason. And you play the pre-district to get you ready for district. And then what you do in district gives you an opportunity to play in the postseason. So we're there right now. There is no, oh man, I wish I'd had that one again or do this over again. So the mindset and the urgency and the temperature of the room, everything's got to be turned up just a little bit now that we're in district play. And that's what I challenged them with this morning. We had a great practice today.
Coach Hartman and the Legacy Rebels are obviously coming in to play in San Angelo on Friday, and like y'all, they set themselves up with a pretty good murderer's row to start the season. Despite their record, they've historically been good over the last 5 or 6 years in district. How do you plan on combating that defense?
Well, he certainly has scheduled for challenge, and I joke that he scheduled the Green Bay Packers, the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, and whoever else would play. I mean, they've played a tremendous schedule of really quality opponents, and their record of 1-4 is not an indication of how good their team is or not good their team is. They got a really good football team, and they're operating well right now. You can see it as you watch the games, and you certainly see the talent of the people on the other side of the field that they've been playing. But this is another good team. When you schedule like that, you prepare yourself for district play, and Coach Hartman certainly has. And I'm excited to play this game right out of the gate. The first one they've been the standard of football in this district for a long time. Friendship, of course, won our league a year ago, but Legacy has won many championships over the last decade or so in this league, and they've been kind of that standard. If you want to win this league, it's got to go through them. So I'm grateful for this game and for this challenge and the opportunity, and to play right here at home.
Coach, speaking of playing at home, that's a perfect segue. It's been 4 weeks since you guys have been at home.
It's been a month. Yeah, it'll be a month.
It's been a month since you've been here. What is that extra energy going to do to this team, playing in front of the home crowd, district play, all kind of accumulating, all kind of combining?
I love it. There's a comfort level to walking right out, of your building and going on a field that you're familiar with. I think it's the greatest stadium in Texas high school football right here. It's a great venue for a game. It'll be a great atmosphere again on Friday night. It has been a month. It's been a while. You just blink and feel like, man, it's been a long time since we've been here. And it has been. So, but we're excited. The guys love playing at home. They love being, around friends and family in the stands and cheering them on. And we do. But we have a great, it is a true home field advantage playing here. And I'm glad that we get 3 of our 5 district games here.
Both these teams match up really well on paper. Both have athletes on the offensive side of the ball, as well as some real tough-nosed dudes on the defense side of the ball. What do you think the key to victory is going to be for the Bobcats to claim that first district?
Line of scrimmage play. I think it's going to come down to that. I just believe, winning football, you got to win the line of scrimmage on both the offensive and defensive lines. There's going to be a lot of battles in there, 175 individual battles over the course of a game, and you want to win the war, you're going to win the majority of the battles. So, that's going to be our goal. I think it's a line of scrimmage game, taking care of the football, being able to, to do that. We're at even for the year on turnover margin. If we can get a couple and take care of it ourselves and win the line of scrimmage, it'll be a good day for the Bobcats.
Coach, through the first few weeks of the season, obviously third down play was a little bit troublesome at some times, but it seems to have gotten a little bit better over the last few weeks. What has been really the change there? What has really helped you guys?
Well, I think, efficiency on first and second down really has a lot to do with, your third down, rate for converting. There, third and longs are hard. They're hard to convert, no matter what level of football that you're at. And if you can get into some third and mediums and third and shorts, you've got a lot more, plays in your play sheet that you can go to. We've converted some third and longs as well in there. I think protection has been a big part of that. We had, a few breakdowns in that earlier in the year, and that's gotten better and better and better. And I said earlier today, I think the biggest unit on our team that's improved the most from week 1 to week 5 is our offensive line. And, when you can protect and sit in there and give a quarterback time to throw, you're going to find a hole and an opening in somebody's defense. And we got great skill guys at wide out that catch the ball and get vertical and get first downs. But I think protection in there, and I think also being more efficient on first and second down to create, some of those favorable scenarios on third down contribute to it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.